character on TV. It's a beautiful art form that was always lost on me, but ran into the best damn I don't know I did ever see. Girl Jessie and Maddie G, impacting the world with positivity. Your streams are engaging while you pull and fill the decks. From celebrating belly bones to getting hyped for the EX. And Maddie G, the man that maintains the text, truly excited for what you do next. So go sub up to Girl Jessie and drop a song from Maddie too. You'll have the greatest time. From what's up, Poke people to the final.
What's up, Pokey people? Welcome in, Kev. Welcome in, Lori. Girl, working and it's about to pick up. No. Good morning, Lori. Welcome in. I've got my Applejack hat on because I got some pony cards. I got some ponies. Picked these up at Best Buy yesterday. And, well, I already opened them. But I made a short with them. The little, like, individual Discord packs. So, yes, I'm Applejack. This hat's a little big. I normally wear it with a wig. I usually wear it like kind of like this. Because I have ears, too. But it's fine. And I put the apple, I put her cutie mark on there. I need to do Applejack again. Fluttershy is my favorite, but I have only cosplayed Applejack. And that was about 3 years ago, I think. 2 or 3 years ago. So, I need to do Fluttershy. She's been on my list for so long. We're going to start with some ponies, though. My kids like Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie is really fun. Well. We've got Twilight Velvet, Spike, Yona. Ooh. That's a really pretty Twilight and Rainbow Dash. I've got a dedicated binder now for my Little Pony cards. Got to sleeve that one. Ooh, look at this one. I'm gonna love all of them. I think I'm more of an Octavia. Okay. And get sleeves for these two. These are always fun too. Look at it. Nice! A Princess Celestia! Okay, well this is great because I picked up Luna at the card show. Oh hey, Sweetie Belle! Nice! Alright, let's get some sleeves for these. Actually, I'm gonna go grab my new My Little Pony binder. It's not super organized right now. They're just kind of in there. This one's gorgeous though. Like that one is so pretty. And yes, I'm gonna sleeve that one too. Okay. I'm gonna put these to the side. Okay. Those right there. I'm gonna go grab my binder in just a second. Now we're gonna open the second pack. Rainbow Dash is total rainbow core though. Yeah. You're not wrong. Oh, these are so pretty. Like I don't wanna... I like the surprise and I don't wanna... The packs are a little difficult to open. No! I want the surprise! Heavy D, welcome in! A weird old birdie told me we were opening ponies. We are opening ponies. This is actually my last pack. I messaged D, he loves ponies. Well, that's what we're doing right now. We are opening ponies. Oh, look at this Pinkie Pie! Speaking of Pinkie Pie. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. God, these are so pretty. You've got a silver spoon. Fluttershy! My fave. I just bought this one! Alright, so this is gonna be a giveaway card. Oh my gosh, I just bought this one too! Well, shoot. Alright, I've got 2 giveaway cards. This is a really cute Pinkie Pie. Well, to be fair, I wasn't sure if I would be able to find the packs again because I hadn't seen them. I wasn't finding them in the stores. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna buy the singles that I want. And then I went to Best Buy yesterday and they had more packs. So I bought them because I assumed I wouldn't be able to find them again. So, since Heavy D is in here, I'll show the ponies we got in the last pack. Princess Celestia, Sweetie Belle, Twilight, and a Rainbow Dash and Twilight. Like they're having a slumber party. It's really cute. Oh, I also just want to say, so Best Buy has these for $3.99. For $3.99? Yeah, I think it's $3.99 at Best Buy. For these packs, okay? $3.99. There was a vendor at the card show Saturday that had these exact same ones for $15. When these are literally sitting on the shelves at Best Buy for $3.99. $15. And that's why I was like, well, I guess I'm not getting those anymore. And then I found them yesterday. So, And then these are the like other cards we got. Wish we didn't get any doubles here. Fonts. I'm gonna put these in a giveaway. I'm gonna go grab my binder really quick because I want to put these in and I want to show y'all my binder. Let me make some room. But yeah, I bought another pink binder. I'm gonna put these in. And put these off to the side. Clear off some space. Okay. See? Hey, ponies. So they're not super organized right now because obviously I'm still getting cards. I really need some more binders, especially for random non-TCG. Yeah, so I have like another pink binder that I call just my special binder, and it's just miscellaneous. It's like Pokemon, other cards that I've gotten. It's got One Piece in there. It had the My Little Pony in there, but then this started growing, and it needed its own binder. So we got these. Oh, you know what? Something I didn't do. Is there any? No, these are just all are. Okay. I really like these ones. I think these are really cute. Cheese sandwich. Applejack. Apple Bloom. We've got Starlight Glimmer. I love this Celestia right here. She's gorgeous. Also love this Rainbow Dash. Can I get it? There we go. That is like the coolest Rainbow Dash. I know, I like the playing cards too. So far, Cadence is my favorite one, because Cadence is my favorite princess. And then here are the, like, little 3D ones. Which I'm gonna go ahead and put today's in there. So I'm gonna scoot this over. So I've got like a decent collection going on now. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm so excited. Put that in there. And then go ahead and put, I'm gonna have to reorganize this later at some point because they're all just kind of going in at random. Okay, let's go ahead and put, is that it? Okay, this is fine. Just putting these in. Twilight's up there. Okay, we're gonna put Celestia in the middle. We're gonna put Sweetie Belle right there. And then I have all of these. Actually, that's an SR. I'm starting from the back with these. They're not taking up too much space. Oh, these were the ones we pulled yesterday in my shorts. If y'all haven't watched the shorts yet, it's the actual playing cards for the trading card game. I'm gonna put these back here. We got a Spike. Wait, do I have any? No, it's a different Spike. Okay. I'm just making sure I don't have any dupes. Different rarity. Oop, dropped it. Okay. There. We're starting from the back with these and working our way up. And then, yeah. I've got to reorganize all of these. But yeah, I'm very excited with how this collection is growing. And then these are going to be giveaways. Just Greg, welcome in. Honestly, sometimes I like leaving them out of order. I know when I get each thing without question. That is very true. Applejack. From the bag. Sounds like the Lori way of doing it. Well, those are like the bulk cards. And I'm like, okay, I want to put all the nicer cards up front and the bulk in the back and just work its way up. So it's not taking up so much space. It makes sense in my head. Is there a soon-to-be glue little pony? Oh my gosh, you sound like Matt. That sounds just like something Matt would say. Oh no, I'll probably stop by Best Buy and pick up some more. And pick up some more cards. You know what? Since I'm wearing the Applejack hat, I'm gonna go ahead and open a giveaway. I'm gonna get Nightbot open. I'm gonna open a giveaway right now for Applejack. Since I'm sporting the Applejack hat. Oopsie daisy. Wait. Sorry, guys. I want to change it. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. I have giveaways up! Exclamation AJ in the chat for Applejack. Bolt from the back. No, I'm losing it. Y'all are crazy. AJ in the chat. Exclamation AJ in the chat to enter the giveaway for Applejack. Now I'm gonna leave this up for a little while I start making badge ribbons. Okay. There, I want there. Now y'all can see Applejack. We're gonna save Luna. We're gonna save Luna for another time. Get in there! Exclamation AJ in the chat. Get in there. Where's my stuff? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm gonna do grass with Hoot Hoot. Love you all. Wish I could play, but I have to dip for work. Thanks for stopping by, Kev. You are truly appreciated. I really like this Applejack card. She's so stressed. Poor Applejack. Oops. That's a little crooked. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, now we gotta get tape. Not that tape. Where's my little tape? By the way, read the last message. You're better with words. Tell him how much he's appreciated. Which message? The one where Kev said bye? He is very much appreciated. He's appreciated all over YouTube. All over the YouTubes. Everybody loves Pokey Ghost. What? I'm glad you love the painting. Toot toot. This right here. Where? I keep losing my stuff over or under my microphone. I can't see it. Old age is a bugger, Lolo. I feel that. Here lately I've had like horrible brain fog. Look at that Belly Bolt. He's so cute sitting on a little rock. Belly Bolt. He's so cute. Alright. I'm about to run this givey. Toot toot right there. What we got next? Ooh, we got a pretty Lapras. We put it on water energy. A little sticky. Lucky I'm past old age and now onto being ancient. No! Auntie Greg. Auntie Greg. Honestly, I'd rather say I'm antique than old. I like the sound of it. Like I'm not old, I'm antique. This one's gonna be pretty. Okay. Okay. After I put the little sticky back on it, I'm going to run a little duck race for Applejack. For stressed out Applejack. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Let's vintage antique. Okay. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go. Where is it? Oh. Okay, we're right there. Right, let's see. Whoa, wait. Where did my giveaway go? Oh, right there. Okay. I was like, what's happening? Right? 3 of y'all in. That's fine. That is Gucci. Okay. Close. Names. Edit list. Backspace. Paste. Bring you guys over here. Enlarge. Share screen. Done. We're gonna set this for a minute. And we're going to... right there. Start. Alright, here we go. For Stressed Out Applejack. Good luck, guys. Stressed Out AJ. Well, dang, Maury. Your little duck's on the move. I like the Sherlock Holmes duck, Heavy D. Stressed Applejack got me stressed. Wow. Wow. Came up from the back. Came up from the back. Well, congratulations, just Greg. You won the Stressed Out Applejack. Wow. That was actually crazy.
Your streams are engaging while you pull and fill the decks. From celebrating belly bolts to getting hyped for the EX.
That was came up from the back and sniped it. Insano beans. Okay, live chat. There we go. Yeah, when your duck's going really fast at the beginning, you don't want that. Now here's the deal. Yes, please no glue factory. I want to donate it to the shoestring little girl you can find at your next show, please. Oh, Shias, I was like, what do you mean shoestring? I was like, what does that mean? Yeah, I can do that. I absolutely can do that. I'm gonna write a little note on the back because we've got a show coming up in like 2 weeks that we're guesting at, so I'm gonna write a little note on the back. Oh, there we go. I'll remember that now. Sounds like a plan. Please take a pic for a short, please. I'll be live streaming at that convention. So you'll probably see it happening on a live stream. That was super sweet. If I do, some kid will be so happy. It'll be her best day ever. I hope so. Like, that's what I want for all the little kiddos. The little kiddos. I want them to have a good time. Hopefully it's a Applejack fan. That'd be a plus too. Oops. Bam. Oh, did I lose internet connection? Can y'all hear me? Okay, it's connected. Okay. Sorry, I think I lost connection for a second. Because it said the chat disconnected. It's a laundromat, so BRB while I move close to the dryer. Sounds good. Ooh, got a ghastly action. That's really sweet of you, just Greg. To still think about the kiddos. There it is, I'm always losing my scissors. Let me make sure my music is still playing because yesterday my music quit playing. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're Gucci. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. Boom. Snip, snip, snip. Snip, snip, snip. Look at that ghastly action. Okay, perfect. No stream. Okay. Yeah, I got concerned because it said chat disconnected and we've been having a lot of bad storms. And our power has gone out a couple of times this week. So I'm just like, guys. I'm like, I just want to stream. I think it was last week too, the power went out while I was streaming. We're Gucci even though we're Goochless today. We are. He's not here. To be fair, I can't really expect y'all, you know, at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. Oh shoot. There we go. I'm gonna go pick up some more My Little Pony cards today. Since I saw them at Best Buy. I'm gonna go give me a couple more packs. I got 2 of the little Discord like booster packs. And then I got 2 of the Friendship Eternal Twilight blisters. That's off-centered. I don't like it. Okay, that's better. So cute. Sometimes my brain disconnects, but that's another story. Same. Same. Oh, hey! She evolved. Bam. Shoot. Oh, shoot. Scissors getting dull. Don't. No. No. Don't do that. There we go. No. Why did you do that? Okay. Well, shoot. I might not be able to use this card now. It's too short. What is going on here? What? Okay, well that side was fine. I don't know what's wrong with this. I might have just wasted this card. Okay, it's not gonna cut. I can't. Okay, not gonna use that card. No clue what was wrong with that card. Oh, it disconnected again. Weird. Yeah, Discord is a pack name. No. Yeah, Discord is a pack name. Because Discord is a character in My Little Pony. Jay's Mix, welcome in. Timu scissors. That's what they feel like. Got them on Amazon. But yeah, that's what they... Well, to be fair, I have cut a lot of cards with these. I've cut about 400 cards with these, so they might just be getting really dull. You know, when I say that, but I've had these scissors, I couldn't even tell you how long I've had these scissors. Probably since I was like 12, maybe. And they're still holding up pretty dang good, so. These not so much. I just bought these like a couple of years ago. Clefairy! Oh, so cute. Yeah, see, these are still cutting pretty dang good. that's crooked. There we go. Back to work for me. Hope you have a great day at work, Jays. Thanks for lurking. Lurking and working. Oh, Jays, I also resent, I resent your giveaway card that got sent back to me. So hopefully it makes it to you this time. Okay, where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's Primitito. Use the scissors when you drunk, but it look like you're cutting a straight line. Interesting thought. That's a very crazy and interesting thought. It would just look straight. Oh shoot. That's fine. That's fine. No, I'm gonna make it worse if I try to correct that. Pidgey! We're gonna do Pidgey on grass. That'll be really pretty. Snoop, snoop, snoop. Snoop, snoop, snoop. Snoop. Bam. Okay. Zigzag. Bam. Beautiful. Beautiful. Like it. Love it. Love, I went to the kitchen and missed you. And still didn't find a snack. No! What were you looking for, Lori? What kind of snackity snack were you looking for? What's your favorite snack? I think my favorite snack would have to be either apples and peanut butter, popcorn, or like crackers and hummus. Or carrots and hummus. Montferno. I keep disconnecting and reconnecting. But it also could be YouTube, because YouTube's been acting funky the past week or so. YouTube's been acting funky. Would any of y'all be interested in doing another giveaway for the Luna card? Have some Lay's butter lobster chips if you want some. What? Lay's butter lobster chips. I haven't heard of the buttered lobster chips. Are those good? Look at that cute little Pidgey. I gotta make sure Officer Granite has a Pidgey. I gotta put one of these aside for Officer Granite. Because I know he'll be at Dragon Con. The trio! Boom. They're freaking awesome. I haven't heard of those. I love this Drifloon. It's Pokemon and flowers. It's so pretty. I need to play Pokopia again. I haven't played Pokopia in a few weeks. I've been so busy. I say that, but then this morning, while I was drinking my coffee, my sister messaged me asking if I had a certain DIY on Animal Crossing, because she's trying to make a fairy garden, and I was like, I don't think I do, but let me check. And I got on Animal Crossing to check to see if I had a DIY, and I got distracted and ended up playing for like 2 hours, like renovating one of the hotel rooms. So that happened. Oops. Drifloon. Articuno. Doritos cheese. and sweet chili. I've heard of this. Was it spicy sweet chili for Doritos? On my way to Greg's. Greg's got all the snacks. My favorite Doritos used to be the spicy nacho Doritos. I like that little kick. Which Doritos were always my chips of choice. If I had a choice of chips, it was always going to be Doritos. Cool Ranch was a last resort. Spicy nacho was the go-to. It was either Doritos or I loved the honey barbecue Fritos twists. Those were freaking amazing. Another Drifloon. Oops, I shot that over. Lay's Caribbean onion and balsamic vinegar. I might pass on that one. I don't even like salt and vinegar chips. Matt loves salt and vinegar. I do not. Did you know in England they call Cool Ranch Cool American? Really? I really like the Munchos and hot fries. Andy Cap's fried chip things. I haven't heard of those either. Which, to be fair, I don't eat chips. So there's a lot of things I don't look for it, so I haven't seen it. Well, I take that back. I eat, was it the Boulder? The Boulder chips. Because they're certified gluten-free. And I think they're made with avocado oil. But yeah, I have to make sure things are certified gluten-free. They're vegan because I can't have dairy, and I also can't have sugar. So I have a hard time eating the fun stuff. Drifloon. Mr. Mom. So yeah, there's many things that I haven't heard of. We also have Lay's Thai sweet chili. That sounds delicious, not gonna lie. Stronger than me, I'm a if I could, I would be dead by now if I couldn't have the bad stuff. I would be dead by now if I ate the bad stuff. When it becomes not a choice and a life or death situation, you'd be surprised. Because no, this is not by choice. That's why you'll hear me say, I used to like this, or I used to love this. Because I did, before my body was like, no, you can't have this anymore. I always like kind of joked about like that would be my way to go. Like I would just like eat a cake or something. Me and Matt have a joke. It was kind of an inside joke because we were on the way home one day. It was actually this was the day after we got married, and we had a crap ton of stuff in my car because I was moving in out here. And we had like a little to-go plate of our wedding cake. But it was kind of sitting in like the middle console, like in between us when Matt was driving and I was in the passenger seat, and it was sitting in between us. And we were driving, getting off of the interstate ramp, and the cake slid and pushed the car into neutral. So like it hit the stick and pushed it into neutral, and then Matt couldn't get off the interstate ramp, and we couldn't figure out like what was wrong with the car, and then we saw where the cake had like pushed it into neutral, and we were like, oh my gosh, it would have been death by cake. We would have died because of the wedding cake. And then I'm like, you know what, Matt? Even if I ate that cake, it still would have been death by cake. He does! That's hilarious. Death by chocolate cake. Hey! That's actually a thing. Oh, I already put tape on that. And like our wedding cake, I couldn't eat our wedding cake. But my sister made our wedding cake, and she got really good at making like dupes that I could have. She got really good at like baking gluten-free and using like the sugars and ingredients that I could have. So she made me a little teeny tiny like 8-inch personal cake just for me. So it was like a dupe of our wedding cake, but we made it Jessie friendly. So that's what I had, and everybody else ate the big cake. There we go. So I have a really severe gluten intolerance, but I've never actually been tested for celiac. But my doctor has confirmed the severe intolerance. So, with that, I do not want to take a celiac test, because to do that, you have to consume gluten for about, I think, a week, and then they have to, like, scope your intestines to see if you're having a reaction, and I don't want to put myself through that. Because there's no way I could consume that for a week and I would not be okay. I would be very sick. Because all it takes for me to have a reaction is like the teeny tiniest little bit of gluten for me to have a really severe reaction. So I'm taking what my doctor said and has confirmed, and I'm not testing for celiac. Yeah, that's exactly how it is for me. So like friend in high school, beer drinking, had to recover for like 3 days. Yeah, that's exactly how it is for me. I will not be well. It will. It's very bad. And yes, I will be sick for days. But I also have the same reaction to dairy, and I have the same reaction to refined sugar. So. And the sugar is only because I had to cut it out of my diet for a very long extended period of time, and my body just can't digest it anymore. I was diagnosed with Lyme disease when I was 15. Like chronic Lyme disease. I had it pretty bad. I got it when I was 12, but wasn't diagnosed properly until I was 15. And by that time, I was like a vegetable in bed. But they had to put me on a very restricted diet to go along with my treatments. And sugar was one of the things that I had to cut out completely. Because the sugar would feed the Lyme bacteria like it does cancer cells, and it would cause it to multiply. So I had to cut that out completely, and now my body just can't process it. Which is fine, because, like, it's not in my system anymore, and I don't want to reintroduce it, so it's fine. That's something I'd rather have out of my system. And once you stop eating sugar and it gets out of your system, you stop craving it too. It's wild. I had to go through like a very rough detoxing process. But like once that's out, I have no interest in putting it back. But like I can eat like pure, like straight cane sugar now. It can't be refined, it can't be the white sugar. But like straight, pure, unrefined cane sugar I can have. And I can digest that easier. But I usually try to do like stevia or honey. I'm lucky, I guess I don't have any allergies or intolerances. Yeah. The first job, my boss was celiac. We ran a whole barbecue joint worth 85% of stuff being celiac friendly. That's incredible. I do love barbecue. But see, that's something else I have a hard time with, because most barbecue sauces have sugar. So I have to find barbecue sauces that I can have. It has gotten a lot easier though over the years. But see, and Matt doesn't have any allergies or intolerances either. But he's been very, very good when we first started dating about learning about things that I could and couldn't have. And then he's really good at like cooking for me. It's like most of our stuff in our house is just, it's gluten free. Barbecue sauce, celiac friendly. And it supports me. I'll have to look that up. That's awesome. That's incredible, especially for like the 90s. That's incredible. In high school, we won the American Royal with our new sauce made up. Nice! That's amazing. No one I knew ever heard of celiac and started working there and gained a lot of empathy. Because you said the late 90s. Yeah, it wasn't like... It's been around for like many, many, many years, but it wasn't like talked about as much. Or people weren't as aware of it like they are now. But see, I was one of those people because I knew I was lactose intolerant since I was a little kid, since about 4th grade. But the gluten intolerance, I kid you not, I literally thought being sick every time I ate was normal. I thought everybody was sick after they ate. And I'm talking like sick. I just thought that was normal. Until I was about, I think 14. This was right before my Lyme diagnosis too. I was 14. It wasn't my primary doctor. It was another doctor that was like, hey, I think you have a gluten intolerance. And yeah, I cut it out and that was the trigger. Literally thought being sick was normal. So can you imagine how many chefs were executed from the royal food tasters having a food allergy thinking they were... Dude, I think about that all the time. I literally think about that all the time. It's so wild. We carry as normal some tolerances for stuff like jaundice, yellow fever, and bee venom. It's extremely rare to find someone that's allergic to bees by us. Interesting. I feel like I've always known somebody with a bee allergy. Now, my stepsister, she is deathly allergic to ants. Like, if she gets bit by ants, she has to go to the ER. Which, that was the first time I'd ever met somebody allergic to ants. But no, she is, like, deathly allergic to ants. And not like fire ants or anything, just like regular black ant, any ant. Like excuse for being left-handed, yeah, because it was different. That's so wild. Your daddy has a severe bee allergy. Yeah, I feel like I've always known somebody. At least like one person with a bee allergy. Allergy to mosquitoes, built up a tolerance. 3 years of living in the Midwest. Matt has a really bad mosquito allergy. And my sister. My sister does too. But they also have the blood type that the mosquitoes are attracted to. And then they have like a really bad reaction to it. The only insect that I know for a fact that I'm allergic to are roaches. Well, Matt is too. Him and I are both very allergic to roaches. And I can usually tell if I'm in an area or like in a building or something that has them, even if I don't see them, because I'll start having a reaction to it. Because, like, roaches will literally give me, like, cold symptoms. like having like a pet allergy or something. But no, I have it to roaches. So I did have to have, how old was I when I took that allergy test? I think I was 11, either 11 or 12 when I went to my allergist to take like the skin allergy and like injection allergy test. And I was allergic to a whole bunch of stuff and had to take shots for years. But yeah, roaches were one of the big ones for me. Oh, Lori, no, why? Getting to the big city in the winter to feed the bearded dragon. Oh! Oh, no, 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 no. We do not do roaches here. No. No, thank you. That's a no for me, dog. You're A positive. I don't know what I am. I should probably find that out, but I have no clue what my blood type is. I feel like that's important information. Fun fact, citrus makes roaches simulated, so they breed. Lori! The fact that you know this stuff. Just thinking about roaches is like, ugh. I do not like them. I am no roaches and no spiders for me, please. Say 6 drops of blood on a piece of paper. Super cheap. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I know recently Matt asked our doctor if they could like find out what his blood type was exactly. And they were like, no, we can't do that. That's like a different type of test and it's gonna be super expensive. And that's how she said it on the phone to him. Because they had just done like a bunch of blood work. And they're like, no, we can't do that. If you want to know what your blood type is, go donate. They'll tell you. You're like, what? It was really weird. It's like 15 bucks for 50. That is really cheap. The only problem is I don't think I would be able to get, I don't think I'd be able to like prick my finger to get the blood out myself because I will pass out. Now if I unintentionally prick my finger, like if I'm sewing, I'm okay, but if I do it intentionally, I'm out. Can't do it. Yeah, that's what the doctor told Matt. Use the diabetic oh, it comes with them? See, I don't know if I can. I can't do it to myself. I'd have to get like Matt to do it. But I will let him know about that. It is. No, I agree with you. 100% is important information. That was something Matt and I were both talking about, because I'm like, I don't know. But I should know. I'm just gonna send all of my friends blood tests. I'm gonna tell him about that, because he was very, like, he wanted to know what it was. Which is so wild, like, for it to be so cheap on Amazon, why is it super expensive at the doctor? Like, come on now, guys. We are blood donors and bone marrow donors. Oh my goodness. Kudos to you. The bone marrow? Whew. That's a tough one. I personally do not donate. Again, because it takes way too much out of me. I would be passed out and then down for like the rest of the day. I can barely get blood drawn at the doctor's office without feeling really bad. But Matt donated plasma one time, and he said he would never do that again. And it might have just been the person he had that was doing it. But I don't know how they put the needle in, but they like mangled his arm. 'Cause he was like badly bruised for days. And he said it hurt really bad. And then his arm hurt for like a couple of weeks. He was bruised really bad. Fun fact, you can donate plasma if you ever had a specific downstairs piercing ever. No database for not giving. Wait, what? Oh, you can't donate plasma. Interesting. I didn't know that. That's wild. Because Jaguars and Mercedes-Benz are expensive to buy. You know what? You're not wrong. I remember my teacher going out of his own pocket to buy all students blood tests for science class. It's been cheap forever. Dang. Okay, I'm gonna tell Matt about that. We'll probably... Lori, I'll let you know. I'll let you know if we end up doing it. Summer Evie, hello, hello. Well, we see it as it's free to give, so why not if it helps someone available? Yeah, that's fair. No, I always applaud people that can do that. I am not one of those people, unfortunately. And this is what I was telling Kev yesterday too, because I have been feeling unwell for like the past couple of days. And I'm pretty sure it was being dehydrated, and my iron. I think my iron's low again. Because anemia is something that I struggle with. And that's why when they start taking the blood from me, I'm just unwell. Sorry, Chad always goes on crazy tangents when I'm around. No, you're fine. You're good. I'm learning so much. Oh my gosh, so at Dragon Con, and there's a lot of conventions that do like blood, they have like blood donation areas. Dragon Con is a big one where you can donate. And again, I applaud everybody who donates at Dragon Con. Again, I cannot do it. But they also have, it's not to donate, they also have like this wellness company that comes and like sets up and does like B12 shots and vitamin shots, immunity shots, and they do IV hydration stations. And I will swear by getting a B12 and immunity booster shot before like the weekend begins, because it goes like, it helps you fight off like con crud and just keeps you feeling good and well throughout the 5 days. And I've done it the past 2 years and I have felt amazing, and it's definitely helped me kick the con crud. But last year, I don't know, because I ate before I got my shot done, and I got the B12 and I got the immunity, which is a bunch of vitamins. I don't know what happened, but it was pretty potent when it went in. It hurt, but it was fine. I was walking back to the elevator to go back to our room, and I was with one of our friends, and I get to the elevator and I'm like, oh no. My vision started going, my hearing started going, my arm started going numb, and I'm like, I'm about to pass out. I was like, this isn't good. And I was trying so hard to fight it, and my friend that was with me, he was talking to me the entire time, and I just wasn't responding. But we get on the elevator, and I'm fighting it so hard. I'm like, I just gotta make it to the room. But like my vision's all spotty, my ears are ringing, and I'm like, I just have to make it to the room. And he's still talking to me the entire time, and I'm barely walking, trying to get to the room. We get to the room and I collapse on the bed finally. And I finally start feeling well enough to speak, because everybody was like, oh my gosh, like, are you okay? What's wrong? And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was about to pass out. And he's like, why didn't you tell me? I was wondering why you weren't talking to me. And I'm like, I don't know what happened. I'm like, I got the shot, and all of a sudden it's just like, it was about to knock me out. But yeah, that's why I usually don't do like the donations or like a lot of things with needles when I have to be up and well, because that's usually what happens. My iron was low after one of my kids. I walked into the office for postpartum care. They said, like a ghost put me on. Yep, putting on iron pills cost me like, oh my gosh. A blood type testing at Dragon Con, I guess. Yeah, so I've always had to take iron supplements. But that's, I feel like it has to be like genetic, because I struggle with it, my mom does, and so does my sister. I feel like it just has to be just some of our genes, I don't know, for all three of us to be struggling with it. But I mean, y'all I'm always pale. Like, that's something. I always look like a ghost. But no, my doctor had put me on a certain kind of supplement, and it had gotten to a normal level. It was still very low, but it was normal. So he didn't tell me to stop taking the supplements. I took myself off of them because I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm fine. And then over like the past week or so, the really bad symptoms started up again, and I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm okay. I think I'm not fine. So like, I went yesterday and got me some more medicine, and I took one of the pills last night after I ate. And so far, I think I'm feeling okay. I think I'm feeling a bit better. But no, when the heart palpitations started, and like my arm started feeling weird, I'm like, okay. I don't think I'm okay. Cause Sunday night, after we got done streaming, I told Matt, cause I was not feeling well Sunday, and I was trying so hard to push through. There was one part during the Eve elimination game, I really thought I was about to pass out. And I'm like, I was not feeling well. But I feel much better today, so. Sorry, I didn't mean to like talk about all that stuff. All those personal details. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Your face looked like you hated being there on Sunday. I'm sorry, I didn't even think to message. Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, I was trying so hard. I was trying to mask it, but I was also just trying to like not give into it. Cause I can usually like, when I start feeling like I'm about to pass out, I can usually like, you know, mind over matter, like breathe, I'm okay, don't do it. And that's what I was trying to do. I like learning about other people's daily lives, doesn't bother me. Okay. I don't usually talk about it much. But yeah. That's what I was struggling with Sunday. And it kind of hit me. We were out grocery shopping Sunday, and that's when I started feeling weird. That's when I started feeling not right. But it had also been like really hot and very humid, so I don't think I was drinking enough water on top of that. But yeah, we were like in the middle of the game, and my arm started feeling tingly, and I started getting really clammy, and like I didn't feel completely here. And I was trying so hard to just concentrate on the game. Gentlemen, I find this very interesting. Never heard of anyone with such severe intolerances. Yeah, I think a lot of it though, a lot of my issues started after the Lyme disease. The Lyme disease really like messed up my system. It did like a big number on me. Okay, I'm gonna do the grass on the mice. Putting a lot of the stuff on this dang heat. Dude, it's been brutal. But yeah, I was chugging water yesterday, and I got me some more iron medicine, and I'm feeling more normal today. And I also think that's probably why my eye was twitching so much. Because I was having a lot of like nerve symptoms. Especially in my hands. But I think that's why my eye was twitching so much. Yeah. Yeah, the living conditions. Speaking of which, that also plays right when I was diagnosed with Lyme disease, I was also diagnosed with mold toxin illness because I was living in a house and being exposed, extreme exposure to black mold. That we didn't know that was in the house. Yeah, when I was diagnosed with that, and then my parents found where the mold was, they fixed it, obviously. But yeah, that was another factor. Oh shoot. Alright, well, I'm out of electric and I'm out of water. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay. I'm going to move this and I'm going to laminate some of them. I have a suspicion of undiagnosed Lyme or something whenever I Google weird symptoms I have. Lyme. See, that's how mine started. It started off. So when I was 12, we had just gotten back, because I grew up in Georgia, but we would go to Kentucky every so often to visit my stepdad's parents, because they lived in Kentucky, which is where Lyme disease is very common. Well, we had gone over the summer, and, you know, we played outside, played in the grass, played with the dogs, all that stuff, rode horses, and then I came back to Georgia, and it was right before school was about to start, so it was like in August, and I came down with, this was 2009, and they told me that it was the swine flu, very bad flu, I was very sick. And I remember the night. It was a Wednesday night, and I remember my first symptom was a really bad headache. And then the next day I was burning up with a fever, really bad flu. But then after that flu is when everything just like went way downhill. And I started having like really bizarre, scary symptoms. I was becoming allergic to medications that I had never been allergic to. I had developed a whole bunch of other allergies. It was a whole bunch of like, I was in a lot of like pain, a lot of physical pain, like muscle joint pain that I'd never had before. And I stayed like sick, like my immune system was shot. Like I stayed sick. And it had gotten to a point, this went on for years too, and it had gotten to a point where I couldn't walk anymore. I had developed gout in both of my feet, I would have like flare-ups where I would have good days where I felt okay, and then I would have really bad days all of a sudden where I literally couldn't do anything. I would run random fevers. I had like loss of muscle control. It was really bad. And there was one flare-up I had. I was in high school. So I was going to doctors and trying to figure out what the heck was wrong with me. And I was going to like every specialist in Atlanta. My pediatrician, however, didn't want to do a Lyme disease test because she kept saying Lyme disease wasn't common in Georgia. Your child's just depressed and doesn't want to go to school. She's faking it. Literally what they told my mom. And refused to test me. My mom had a fight for that test. And they finally gave it to me after I'd been sick for like over a year. I think we were like going into year 2 with this. And they finally tested me, but then they wouldn't let my mom see the test. This honestly could have been a lawsuit. It was wild. They would not let my mom see the test. My mom drove back up to the doctor when they'd gotten the results and fought for them to give her the papers because she physically wanted to see the test because they said the test was just negative and that was it. And that was the end of it. But she finally got the papers, and the paper said if a test was done too soon or too late, it could result in a false negative. And I had been sick with these symptoms for over a year. So it was too late. But no, it got to a point where my mom was just very desperate to find some help for me. Because everywhere I went, it was just, my labs were fine, but they weren't at the same time. Like I had developed really bad hypoglycemia, which I'd never had before. And, you know, the pediatrician did the hypoglycemia test. We did the whole fasting thing and then had to go in, drink the sugar water, and then have to have the finger pricks like every hour, like every 30 minutes or so. I forget how much it was. And at my last one, I think I was on like finger number 6. But my blood sugar I was waiting in the waiting room for like the next round of finger pricks, and all of a sudden my sugar just immediately drops. I'm like white in the face, on the verge of passing out. I'm shaking uncontrollably. The nurse, they rushed me back into the back to get my blood sample on my finger, and it was like in the 40s. It was very low. So they were like, oh shoot, we need to do an arm draw to confirm this. So when they did the arm draw, it was in the 70s. And they were like, okay, well those numbers were supposed to match, so that doesn't make sense. And they sent me to an endocrinologist, and the endocrinologist, this was the worst doctor I think I'd ever seen throughout this entire process, because he didn't do anything. It took us a while to get this appointment. We get there, and the doctor walks in, didn't do any tests, barely looks at me, and says, she has dark circles under her eyes, it's allergies, put her on Allegra, she'll be fine. And then walks out. That's not even why we were there. But anyway, so that happened. And I was just having like a lot of other symptoms, like the gout thing too. That was something that just randomly popped up. Go to the orthopedist. I thought I broke my toe because I was also dancing at the time. Thought I broke my toe. And nope, the orthopedist was like, this is gout. And he was like, and which is really weird because you're 15 and, you know, kids your age usually don't get gout. But then it developed in both of my feet. But yeah, it was just a whole slew of things that were happening. But I finally found a specialist in Atlanta, and he tested me and found Lyme disease and mold toxin. So, and then it was in the chronic stage at that point. so I couldn't take an antibiotic for it. So I had to, it was a very long treatment process. And I was treated up until, I think I was 21 when it had finally, like, it had gone dormant. So, there's that. There's all of that. So. I think I missed a lot of comments. Sorry, y'all. I am like shaking now because I don't like to talk about, I don't talk about that. It was such a bad time for me. I would have gotten it when I get super bad tick bites, starting hearing weird music in my ears, pretty often super faint. I guess hearing familiar music. Lori, yes. Well, it felt, cause one of mine, it was really loud, like ringing and buzzing. I always had like weird buzzing and like humming in my ears. Like it always sounded like there was like a fly next to my face. Oh no, Greg, I love sitting outside. The only problem with, like, right now, cause like it's been almost 100 degrees every day with like 90% humidity, so like you literally cannot sit outside. You sit outside and you're suffocating. But like in the fall, when it's like, you know, in the 70s and it's lower humidity, it feels pretty good. Exactly. If I had been tested earlier, probably would have had so many, I would not have had as many problems if yeah. Because if I was tested earlier, I would have been able to have been treated with an antibiotic. Versus it just sitting in my system for 3 years before being diagnosed. Because at that point, I was in like a chronic stage and antibiotics weren't going to work. So the treatment ended up being a longer process. It's a beautiful art form that was always lost on me, but ran into the best damn no I did ever see. Okay, girl, Jessie and Maddie G. It's the UV rays. There's still plenty of rays I need to shade. I have blackout. Yeah, Matt wears like UV protectant like undershirts, like long sleeves. Had dozens of those glucose tests. They didn't the glucose tests. They didn't prick fingers. They drew blood. Had pregnant people, diabetes. Yeah, so they were pricking my fingers. I don't know if that was because of my age. I don't really know. But no, they had pricked all of my fingers to do the test. And then that last one, when it was like really low, is when they finally did the blood draw. That finger and squeezing out the blood instead of letting it drop changes the reading. Interesting, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, it was a very crazy, and I'm leaving out like a lot of details that's just the gist of it. But it was a very, very, very dark time for me for sure. And I probably should talk more about it. It might help me process a lot of things. But no, it had gotten to a point at one point where I really didn't think I would make it. It was a very dark time. Because my mom had to pull me out of school. Well, she pulled me out in the 9th grade. Because I was having such a hard time going. Like, physically going. And she pulled me out to start homeschooling. Because there was one point, I think it was 11th grade. There was one point in 11th grade where I was almost bedridden for 3 months. Like, that was literally couldn't do anything. It was really bad. And she pulled me out in the 9th grade to homeschool. But that wasn't working because the homeschooling program I was in was just really bad. And that made me even more depressed because I loved school. Like, I wanted to be in school. So I'd been on treatments for a little while. I was starting to feel a little bit better. So they re-enrolled me to finish out the school year. And then I was able to go my entire sophomore year. I was doing a lot better my entire sophomore year, and I was fine-ish. I still missed a lot of days, but I was well enough. And I never failed any classes, by the way. I was a very good student, never failed any classes. I did very well in school. But it was 11th grade is when I started, like, regressing, which my doctor said would happen. You would get really bad, and then start to get better, and then depending on how, like, if my medicine needed to be changed or something, I could, still have really bad flare-ups every now and then. And that's what happened. I had, like, a really bad flare-up. And that's when my mom had to pull me out again. And then I stayed homeschooling from, like, the mid-11th grade and all of my senior year. And the school just wasn't working with me either, because there was at one point I had to go, the only way I could go was in a wheelchair, because this is when I had gout in both of my feet and I couldn't walk. And I had to go in a wheelchair, and the school only had, because I didn't have a wheelchair, the school only had the ones that, you push yourself. But I was also too weak to do it. I physically could not push the wheelchair by myself. I struggled so much. And the school wouldn't let anybody help me. I had a lot of issues with the school. They wouldn't let me have anybody to help me get from point A to point B. Or they said if I had somebody that helped me, they wouldn't be excused if they were late to class. So yeah, it was not a fun time. So that's when my mom was like, I'm homeschooling you. Besides broken bones, I've been to the doctor for cerebral malaria, swine flu, and STEMI heart attack due to anger. Oh my gosh, the heart attack's scary. That's more like just the vibrations of music with super faint audio. Yes. Oh no, do I have Lyme? I mean, it goes misdiagnosed a lot of the times, to be honest. It's such a tricky thing too. I don't know if it's changed over the past several years, but when I was trying to get diagnosed, it was so hard because I was treated by a medical and holistic doctor. He was both. But medical doctors had lost their license treating Lyme patients. So it's a very, like, weird topic. And it will go misdiagnosed because of that. Like between Matt's sun thing, Jesse's lime. I'm their love child. Well, Matt's not allergic to the sun. He just doesn't want, like, his skin to age. Age can be wide prick. That's far less reliable. That's wild. I didn't know that. I always joke that a mechanic's mistakes come back, but a doctor's gets very. Yep, that's true. Always shine Discord if you need. Generic bad practices of high schools. Yeah, I had a lot of issues with that principal too. Yeah. To the point where he literally, because I was missing so much, which I had like doctor's notes, I had everything I was supposed to have when I missed school. I had like doctor's excuses, and I had things written by my doctor for like certain accommodations and stuff, and they just weren't having it. And then they thought I was lying. It was so weird. They thought I was lying. They thought my parents were lying. Literally at one point interrogated me and my sister separately about what was going on with me. It was so wild. But nobody liked this principal, so you weren't the only ones having problems. None of the teachers liked this principal either. But no, one of the days I had come back, this was literally right before my mom pulled me out. First day I came back, right before my mom pulled me out, he pulled me into the office, took me out of class, pulled me into the office just to interrogate me. And then did the same thing to my sister. But he was interrogating her about me. It was so weird. He also called my doctor without permission too, which is not legal. He told me that. He literally told me that he had called and talked to my doctor without my permission, without my mom's permission. Because our doctor told us that at my next visit too. I'm like, yeah, my principal told me that, but the doctor also brought that up. He was like, yeah, it was really weird. And I was like, I don't think he can do that. See, I loved school. I loved being in a classroom. It's also one reason why I became a preschool teacher, was because I liked being in the classroom, but I also liked teaching. Wow, that went on like a really weird, like, oh yeah, he was a terrible principal. He was awful. No, he was a bully. He was just a bully. And what I couldn't wrap my head around was the fact that he told me that just myself, I was making the school look bad because of how much I'd missed. And I told him to his face, I'm like, okay, but I'm not failing my classes. My test scores are great. There is literally kids here who are not like that. They're here, but they don't care. They're failing every class, and you're on my butt? Told him that to his face. And I'm like, oh, okay, so like you don't... Saying that I was making the school look like, come on, really? And then I'm like, and I'm here and you're pulling me out of, you're keeping me from class. It was so weird. It was a wild time. Wild time. You don't have that. Doctor-patient confidential law is left up to the doctor's discretion. Yeah, so usually, the principal would have had to have had permission to call in the first place, which he didn't. And then, yeah, we have like HIPAA laws here too. So yeah, when he told me that, I was like, what? I did have a few really good teachers. I did, because after this exact same day, after he interrogated me for an entire class period, which was like an hour, I go back to the class I was supposed to be in, because that class was just letting out, to hand the slip of paper to my teacher, like why I wasn't there. And at that point, I was telling her everything, and that's when I broke. That's when I was bawling and crying, and I told her everything. But she was like one of those really good teachers, and she told me like it wasn't my fault. You know, he was just being a butt, and that she thought I would do really well in this certain homeschooling program. She thought I would do really well, and that I would do really well just, you know, in life. She was very like supportive and encouraging, and told me that I wasn't a bad student, because that's what he was making me feel like. No, you're right, Lori. You're right. That's why I'm like, you told me this, and I'm pretty sure that's not legal. And then my doctor was like, yeah, he called, and he was like asking about your diagnosis, and like wanting to know what the treatment was and why you weren't cured already. Because that was something else too. He kept asking, well, why isn't she cured already? And I'm like, because it doesn't work that way. What? They were so involved in this. It was so weird. How about us? If an employer/teacher who ever feels that you're using medical issues as an excuse, they have a legal right to phone. Not here. Nope. But yeah, but he literally got like same thing that I've been telling him. It was wild. It was so wild. It was a wild time. It seems to solve a lot of questions of behavior. Behavior stuff I can see. Yeah. I guess I can kind of understand. This is where I was just really confused, because like I was a good kid. And that's why I couldn't understand why I was being, like, hounded on so much. Uninsured, so there's no one to call when I call out of work. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, I only had to have... Like, even at my job, I had to have, like, a doctor's note. Like, if I ever called out sick for, I think, more than, like, 2 days, I had to have a written note from the doctor. Which in school, I always had. I always had a doctor's note. But I also think I was having like allergic reactions in that school building too, because it was so old and they had had a lot of water leaks that they didn't fix. So I'm pretty sure they also had mold, because I wasn't the only one that was staying sick. Yeah, because I had other friends too that also just stayed sick. Not with like a lot of the same symptoms, but like they always had like sinus infections and just like colds because there's a water leak in the roof, and what do? They put a trash can under it instead of fixing the actual leak. So every time it rained, you would just have water coming in, and they just put trash cans instead of fixing it. And in Georgia, and where it's like, you know, really hot and humid, mold's gonna start growing. That school building also had a roach problem. There were roaches everywhere. It was not a good building. Other parents had called trying to get the Board of Education to fix that building too. So that wasn't just me. But I think I am gonna hop off though. I got very sidetracked on talking about other stuff. There are some jobs here too that do offer like mental health days. So like you'll have like sick days, PTO, and like designated mental health days. Thanks, Lori. Thanks for listening. I know it wasn't like a normal stream, but yeah, thanks for listening. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. Yeah, today's Tuesday. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna be painting or if I'm gonna be doing more badge ribbons. Yeah. Bye, guys. Thank you all for being here. Hope y'all have a great day. Bye. Oh, I'm gonna get Pikachu in the heart. There we go. Yeah. See you later, alligators.